What's up, y'all? It's Tisha the Diva, and this is for my ladies. This is my podcast where amazing things happen and we get to talk, discuss, and celebrate real women of color. This is for my ladies is just for you. This podcast is a place where I get to highlight not only my life dreams and goals, but yours too. I believe I was called to create a platform for myself to express not only my thoughts, but those of other women that's unfiltered and untamed. I plan to talk and discuss topics that interest me and other women. I want my audience to be engaged and aware. So any topics, email them to me at tishadediva@gmail.com. So what's up, y'all? It's Tisha the Diva, and I am back with season 2, episode 2 of This is for my ladies. And I have brought back one of my guest co-hosts from last season, season 1. You can go ahead and introduce yourself again,
Hi,
just in case people ain't listen or catch up on the episode.
Okay, my name is Tiana. You can find me on Instagram at XO_TIYANA. I was on her last season in the Perception versus Reality episode. Another episode with your best friend. Shout out to best friend.
Best friend, Superwoman Complex, part 1 and part 2.
And Jimmy, part 1 and part 2. And I really enjoyed myself, and I'm so excited for tonight's episode.
Absolutely, y'all. So, with that being said, tonight's episode, we are talking about surviving family. Now, everybody, the entire world has heard about the whole Surviving R. Kelly. It was a 6-part docu-series. 6. That is a lot. That's a lot.
A lot.
And I have not watched all of the docu-series. I probably maybe watched about 10 to 15 minutes of a episode. I don't know which episode, but it was about the girl Faith who had herpes.
Oh, okay, yeah. That was like when it got steeper. I believe that was like episode 4, girl.
Okay.
Because they were really doing the most. I did take the time out to watch all 6 episodes of that R. Kelly docuseries.
Okay.
And I really feel as though they was kind of like demonizing him in a way.
Of course.
But like what he did affect lives. I will say that.
And okay, so let's just go ahead and start there.
Yeah.
Let's just go
he
ahead and
affected
start
people.
There. We are not condoning anything that R. Kelly did to these women. That's what we are not doing. We are not saying that his behavior is acceptable, because it's not. It's not okay for a grown man to be having sex with a minor. That's what I will say. It's not okay for a man to be brainwashing women. That's just not okay. But the whole ordeal of it is no one ever said that it was non-consensual, like they didn't agree to it.
Right.
So, like, as far as what I heard, that nobody said that they never not agreed to have sex with him.
Right.
So, what's the fucking point?
Right.
And a lot of my opinion is based off of all the comments that I have seen.
Give me a few examples of the opinions and comments that you disliked.
Okay. So, a lot of people, and I talked about it on my live.
Period.
Talked about it on my live.
Period. That
People
live was something serious.
Fuck you if you still listen to R. Kelly and all of this stuff.
Mute R. Kelly hashtagging.
Mute R. Kelly and all of that stuff or whatever. And I'm just like, but why? Why should I have to stop listening to him just because of how you feel about the whole situation? If I like his music, if there are songs that I still like just be, that's an R. Kelly song. Turn that shit on. You know what? I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to make no big deal about all that stuff or whatever. And a lot of things, people was like, you can't blame the parents and all of that stuff or whatever. Well, if a lot of the parents are up there, if 6 docuseries and almost how many girls spoke? Who knows how many girls spoke?
But a lot of women.
But their parents are speaking out.
Right.
You knew it. You knew what was going on.
Right.
You condoned that behavior. So that's why I don't understand. So when you were watching it, what did you see? What did you get from it?
Okay, yes, because I separated kind of in 3 points of views, because you have the point of view of the girls who were trying to get put on, because a part of their story is as soon as they saw R. Kelly, immediately they saw a check, they saw a ticket, they saw their dreams, they saw somebody putting them on, and he used that as incentives. this is another view, R. Kelly's view. He's the aggressor. He's the manipulator. He's the one that understood these girls' innocence and used it because they wanted their dreams to come true. And as well, like you said, the people who wanted it to stop, quote unquote, but allowed it to happen and accepted it to happen.
Exactly.
Like even his personal assistant said that he went to the mall to help find girls, but then later on says it's unacceptable. If it was so unacceptable now, why wasn't it unacceptable then?
Exactly.
That's my only thing.
Exactly.
Even down to the backup singers, when they said that they saw R. Kelly having sex with Aaliyah, then it immediately broke up their singing family on tour. Why did everybody keep it a secret? And why did everybody keep it so quiet if it was unacceptable?
His backup singer said that
the backup singers, they were also young 14-year-old girls. He had a lot of young girls and young, people on tour with him. You know what I'm saying? Singing. And in a part of the excerpt, she was speaking and saying they unveiled the curtain and saw him having sex with Aaliyah. That's when they found out that Aaliyah and him were actually an item. He married her at a very young age and lied. And his personal assistant helped forge the document and the signature saying that she was 18 years old when she was not. It was also a mishap where she was pregnant. It was just so much different issues. But it was accepted.
This was my whole thing. Why are these parents allowing their daughters to go on tour unsupervised? Right. Like them not present. Like I was talking to my mom. I remember when I used to dance. Like we used to do these. That's something that we really need to get back to. We used to do the talent shows at the YMCA.
Yes, girl, talent shows.
Do you remember that stuff?
I remember attending, but I never really remember being a part.
Tell you, they used to do talent shows or whatever, and somebody from Usher's camp had came and was just like they wanted me to dance with them back up for Usher. Yes, girl. My mom was like, hell no. Because that's a grown ass man. No, and you're young. I was under 16. My mama was like, no. I'm like, she is ruining my dreams. Like, what in the world? But I ain't gonna lie, my little fast ass probably would have tried to fuck Usher, and I'm not even fucking lying.
But what I'm saying is,
if you wanted
that's why they're calling the girls naive, because it's easy, because they're looking at their dreams as incentives for someone to have their bodies. So that's a very naive explanation for someone to have you. So like I said, everyone's a victim. Everyone's a victim except the people who accepted what happened for so long. I really feel like the media is riding and monopolizing off of the fact, that people have accepted this for so long, and all of a sudden they're just gonna demonize R. Kelly. They demonize Bill Cosby. Now Bill Cosby's old and he possibly is gonna die in jail. Like, everybody who was a mogul or successful in the black community ends up being demonized for some reason for things that we've accepted for like 30 and 40 years.
Exactly.
I don't understand.
They do that all the time. They do that all the time with black men. Michael Jackson being one of them. Yeah. And then people came back and said that they were lying. Yeah. People came back and said that they were lying and all.
But even, like you said, Michael Jackson, he didn't have a childhood. He always explained in his music how he didn't have a childhood, how Diana Ross possibly touched him as a child. As I was just telling Rick, hey, Rick, shout out to Rick. As I was just telling Rick, you know what I'm saying? Young boys get touched as well. In the very first episode in R. Kelly's younger brother explained that he was touched as a child too. So it made, you know what I'm saying, sense that R. Kelly knew what sex was at an early age. You know what that does to a person? He was 6 years old. And a lot of people are victim of the same thing. You know how many boys told me that young girls played house with them? You know how many boys told me that their teachers were touching on them of some sort and they had to keep it quiet when they felt uncomfortable? So they probably believed in some way that women believed, their body saying yes, but her mouth saying no. Like, that became a real culture because men didn't have men to teach them about sex and teach them what was okay. They didn't have anybody to talk to. So men and women are victims of that. I think that the blame, it should be an accountability on both sides, on all parts. It was really the fault of the people. Everybody that allowed it. Everybody that was singing Bump and Grind and Age Ain't Nothing But a Number when it first came out, not after the 30th year it's been a hit. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's a hit at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Shouldn't they have banned him then? Shouldn't they have demonized him then? I mean, I know that they came out with, the allegations and they were dropped and all that stuff, but like people said, he still came out with popping music, the remix to Ignition, and all of that stuff or whatever. So that overshadowed what was going on and all of that stuff. But like you're saying, the people that should be held accountable are the people who allowed it to happen. Right. That's why this episode, I said that I wanted to title it Surviving Family, because for so many generations, both men and women have been sexually molested and raped by family members. And
it's been silence, it's been quiet, and you just look at the kissing cousin from across the room and just act as if it never happened and everybody has to be okay.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? People are, obsessed. People are infatuated with their partners because of this reason. It's it's just sad. It's really sad.
It's very sad. And I mean, like we were talking about on my live or whatever, this has definitely opened up a brand new conversation for the Black community. Yeah. For the Black community, because I have been a victim of sexual molestation by my cousin, a female cousin.
Girl.
Yes. This bitch used to have me fucking sucking her titties and licking her pussy and everything when I was young, 5, 6, 7 years old. I used to hate going over my cousin's house. Hated going over my cousin's house or whatever. Yes, because every night everybody go to sleep, this bitch got me fucking sucking on her goddamn titties. So shit like that really fucking happened in real goddamn life.
And what even exposed her to that? Because it's a pathology.
Exactly. But also, her mom was on drugs.
Oh my gosh.
And you know what I'm saying? So who knows what happened to her?
To her, right? Because nobody was supervising her. That was my question. Where's the supervision?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And the thing about it is that's why it is, and it happens amongst a lot of women and all that stuff who parents were on drugs and not there and not
there or at work.
Or whatever,
you know what I mean?
At work and all that stuff or whatever. And it was so crazy because when I told like my girlfriends this, because it opened up a whole conversation, then I had one of my best friends saying the same thing happened to her with one of her female cousins.
Right.
The same thing happened to one of my other best friends with her neighbor, like one of her play cousins and all that stuff. Then, like you said,
oh my gosh, playing house and things like that.
Exactly.
You're exposed
you
to
playing
it.
Mama and daddy,
right? And that's
stuff,
why
and you're helping your cousins.
Right. That's why a lot of lesbians and things like that to this day, they believe that they were born this way because it was an exposure that happened at a very young age. Your childhood in that moment was stolen from you. Your childhood is supposed to be a pure moment of ignorance where you're not aware of things that adults who are held responsible do. Sex is a responsible thing. So, as a child, when you're exposed to that, when you're irresponsible, it creates an irresponsible behavior.
It does.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Does. Like if you're, 6 years old, like you're saying, like humping and 7-year-olds humping, that's a sick thing on all parts.
Very sick, exactly.
On all parts.
I remember going to Young's Park and during recess, the kitchen set,
Hide and go get it. Hide and go get it. Hide and go get it.
Exactly. Humping the hell
out of
somebody. Yes, that is a real fucking thing. I want to do fucking white kids play shit like that.
Girl,
Mama,
that's that culture. Hold on. Look, we don't even want to go there. Look, this is for my ladies. This is for my people. This is for my ladies. This is for my people. I don't know what they do. They be bestiality. They be all of that. We need to keep it in. And this is not what we need to do. This is stuff that, we stole from their culture in a lot of ways anyway. Right. And we need to get back to family and unity. And it's not secrecy. And it's not sneaky. It's been a pathology of, like you said, uncles touching the nieces. It's been, you know what I'm saying? The special friend who's not even really in the family, but you still gotta call him uncle, and he's telling you that, you got so big and sit on my lap and you think.
Exactly. Why are you telling a child that?
Why are you talking to a kid like that?
Look at the hips on her and all of that stuff like that. Why are you even looking at her like that?
And another thing that I saw earlier when I was on Twitter too. It was a rape culture in the 80s and 90s, anyway. We're in the Me Too movement where you're allowed to be a victim and we're, blaming and shaming. That's what I mean by the R. Kelly situation. Like, R. Kelly's a victim just as much as the people he made victim.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, if you're just victim blaming, it's no solution added.
At all.
That's why we needed to open up this conversation because if R. Kelly had help and all of the predators had help and people to talk to work out what's real
really
and what's
on.
good
Exactly.
and what you're supposed to do, you know what I mean, and how sex is supposed to go, it can be therapeutic where you don't have to think about sex every single day.
Exactly.
There are people that's why the strip club is here. It's people who monopolize off of your sickness.
Exactly.
You literally, how much do you look up porn?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
How much do you look up? It's people who are addicted to, or even what they do to our men. You're going to jail. You're in a jailhouse full of men. Your testosterone's at an all-time high. You get out of jail, so now you're psychosexual. Then we need therapy.
Exactly.
We need sexual therapy every time, because with sex, if you're not thinking about your health, sex is about reproduction.
Yes, it is.
Sex is also about your health. It's HIV. It's at an all-time high in Atlanta. About 10% of people who have HIV live in Norfolk, Virginia.
Yeah.
In Virginia.
This area.
In this area.
Hampton Roads.
Yeah.
The Hampton Roads.
So let me see what these people is saying, because the people is talking. The people is talking. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, go on tangents, but exactly. He said hurt people tend to try to pass on their hurt because it's been normalized so long.
Absolutely.
Right, and we're trying to stop making normalization an excuse, because we need to make the normal abnormal, because this normal today is not normal. Period.
It's not normal at all.
Period.
And that's the thing. It's just like you said, R. Kelly has been a victim.
Yeah, he's been a victim.
He's been a victim, and then as much as he has made other people his victims.
Yeah.
And we have to understand that people have been through things. So to just that's sick what he was doing, and he should know better. Eventually, he should know better. But when you're sick and twisted in the goddamn mind,
and then being applauded for it because he wasn't persecuted for it in the moments he was doing it, who was there to tell him it wasn't okay then?
Exactly.
How are you gonna tell a man of 30 years of, okay, all the bad stuff you're doing is just fine as long as you're making us money and making us hits?
But that's
to now today,
right.
you're a bad guy
in the industry. You know what I mean? I seen one clip, and they were just saying how people knew about it, but they still continued to allow him do it because they wanted to make sure he made the hits. He wanted people. So that's the industry right there. That's his management and people that's over him that are fucking sick and goddamn twisted.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They're just as nasty.
This world is evil.
It's so evil.
It's very evil.
It's so evil. And then they hanging this man out to goddamn to dry and be like, I hope he kill himself and all. I don't hope he kill himself. I hope he gets some. He has to pay for what he did. He has to pay for what he did, because either way, you know that was wrong.
Right.
You know, having sex with somebody, you're 20-something years old, and a person is...
You're manipulating them immediately.
Exactly.
Anytime you're with somebody and your maturity level is at, very different levels, you should know that you're immediately manipulating somebody. It should feel uncomfortable.
It should feel uncomfortable.
Why is it a challenge to deal with somebody that's on your level?
Come on now.
How is that a challenge?
Exactly. It shouldn't be one at all. But it's so many men who date high school girls or are in high school dating a fucking middle school girl.
I'm so happy that this is for my ladies, like you said, because I really want to speak to that high school girl, that young freshman girl in college, that older middle school developed girl with that grown man and late teenager guy trying to, tell you that you're more mature than all the other girls mentally and running all this game and telling you that you're all of that. Don't let anyone do that to you. Don't let anyone tell you you're on a level that you're not.
Exactly.
Don't rush.
Yes.
And I used to always hear that growing up, oh, don't rush. You do not understand the importance of not rushing.
Because when you rush, you get yourself into situations that sometimes
you don't even know if you can recover.
You can't. Exactly.
You don't even know if you're gonna recover.
You definitely don't know.
You don't just try stuff.
Exactly. And it's just sick that grown ass men are okay with talking. For instance, I remember in 11th grade. Mm-hmm. In 11th grade, I was 15, 16, because I graduated when I was 17. Yeah.
Oh my God, you're my sis.
Girl.
This is me.
Yes, I graduated when I was 17, and in 11th grade, I was dating somebody in college.
Right.
But was that even fucking normal? Should I have been dating somebody that was in fucking college with a car,
No.
they own crib and all of that shit.
And the
like,
thing is,
hell
that's how you
no.
know the village is not raising each other anymore. Because number one, any man, that was seeing their younger brother or younger friend dating someone that was in high school as he was in college should have schooled him. And then we should have had somebody who was in our face telling us that we was not grown and we do not need to be dating anybody that's in college. Because you're off. There is no way.
And I honestly wish that at this point, it's like, because even as women growing up, they was like, go to school, find a man, get a job and all that stuff or whatever. They shouldn't have been even telling us that shit.
Yeah, focus on ourselves.
That was fucking us
right,
up from
focus
the
on our
beginning.
dreams. Exactly.
That has been fucking us up, because now it's just like, at this point, we looking for a man, looking to get married, looking for to have kids and all of this shit, and we fucked up.
Right, and you lose yourself in that. You lose yourself in all of those things.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm mainly talking to the ladies, because that's always the female's dream. You know, a guy, they're focused on providing. They're focused on providing for themselves, focusing on their careers. You know what I mean? Focus on money. They're money driven.
Exactly. And they told guys to do that, but they're not telling us women to do that.
Right.
And then when we 30, almost damn near 30 years old, no man, no kids. Damn, what's wrong with you? Because I've been fucked up. People been telling me, like, I haven't been able to pour in myself, like, really find out who I am and self-love and all of that shit, because I'm so worried about trying to love somebody else to make sure that I reach his fucking level and all that stuff so that I am lovable.
Right.
No.
Right.
No, that's not fair.
That shouldn't be the goal, right?
Exactly. And we need to stop teaching. And I feel like the narrative has changed over the years, because a lot of women, are, I guess, independent, but they're now telling you don't need a man. Now
it needs to be a medium.
There has to be
you need a man.
Because you do need a man.
What?
You do need a man.
Why do you? So I really want to know that. Are there any ladies that are watching right now that think they don't need a man?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because
that's a problem if you feel like that you don't need a man.
Wow.
And that's also even like the whole, I was talking to a friend and we were talking about celibacy. And like, I really wanted to look it up. I was like, let me look up, because people be like, oh, I'm celibate. But why are you celibate? Like, celibacy is like a religious thing.
Right.
Like, nuns and all of that stuff. Okay, it's all right if you're just abstaining, from sex because you have this going on, you have that going on and all that stuff or whatever. But even, what is the whole point of even celibacy in the first goddamn place?
Girl.
Like, you trying to be a nun?
You and I are in the same boat with that. I think celibacy is just more of a social construct where you are allowing other people's outside views to project how you treat your body and what you decide to do with and to your body.
Exactly.
It's even people who don't believe in abortion. It's people who don't believe, and they're not religious. They just won't believe in it because they feel they'll have bad luck. And, it's a social construct. But I do want to dabble on this, because this was a good point that she was talking about with age difference. That whole age ain't nothing but a number thing.
Cool.
Ariana, she was saying that people fail to realize that back in the day, there was also an age difference. Our grandparents were 12 to 13 years apart. Our grandmothers were 14 with our grandfathers who were 20-something years old. People never speak about that. That's where it all comes from. And even if we go deeper, we know where that comes from. SMH. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And that's true. Like, as far as arranged marriages, and some people grandparents, great grandparents were like that. The women were 13, 14 being married because a person probably had a farm, a couple of horses and a pig, and could make some money and all that stuff or whatever.
Right.
So they married them off. But even that still was fucking sick. But that was also a practice also too,
a social construct. And that's why I try to tell people, like, we always try to dig back in the past, like we're in the 1930s. Get with the times. Like, we're not even near like that Great Depression era any longer anyway. We always shamed for a while now that it's wrong to date someone with that age gap. The reason why we did that is because women didn't work in that time. Women, they were homemakers and they were there to make babies. So that was for men. That was for men who believe that they can just have a young girl who's 12 years old because she got her period at 12, and that's the age where you're able to have babies.
Yep.
So baby making ages were the applicable ages for working men. But we work. We get our own money.
Exactly.
Beyonce been on since for 20 years, 20-something years.
Yeah.
That's independent women.
Come on.
It's true. Women can be independent. And on top of that, it's also a white person construct. I don't understand that. Black women always been working.
Exactly.
Weren't black women slaves?
Come on, exactly.
Black women was picking cotton with
Right.
you, nigga. We was working too.
That's
so
why the whole feminist thing.
I
the
don't
feminist is
understand
a white
that. That's a white thing.
That's a white thing.
Black people stop doing
right,
that.
Exactly.
Stop doing
so
that.
If you claim yourself to be a feminist, you need to stop right now.
I'm talking about black feminists, like black feminists. White feminists do y'all. Yeah, y'all men shit on y'all. Our men don't shit on us. We do this.
Exactly.
We do this with you. We help you. We go to work and we combine and we work as a family.
Exactly.
And that's why they broke our construct, because they understood that 2 incomes are better than one.
Exactly.
Their women won't making money. Their women was dividing, and we was like dividing and getting, you know, yeah.
We knew how to make
Man,
money.
black women was hustling. The first black millionaire was Madam C.J. Walker with the perm.
Exactly.
So let's be clear and let's be real. At the end of the day, what I'm saying is that age gap, don't manipulate anybody. Don't dominate anybody. I was trying to make it equal as well. That's the type of feminist I am in a way when it comes to equality. Just equally understand each other. Right. You know, it's justice, not equality. You get what I'm trying to say? Black men, they get touched too. Black women, they get touched too.
They do.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, that whole Me Too movement needs to be literal. It needs to be, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people.
Because it's just like, and people, for instance, I was talking to one of my homeboys or whatever, and he was like, I think 16 or 17 with a baby by somebody that was 21 or 22. I said, nigga, you were raped. Mm-hmm. You were raped.
He was raped. And they don't even look at it as rape, because people will laugh at them. People will literally, like, if a guy was to say, even what happened to Terry Crews, he felt uncomfortable when a gay man touched him.
Right, exactly. And then people be like, oh, he was wrong for feeling that way. How he wrong for feeling that way?
He got violated.
Exactly.
You ever been violated? But we can't be violent. They already don't want us to be violent. They stopped us from being violent when that is our natural energy. If you, it's eye for an eye. Right, if you punch me, I'ma punch you. But no, we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be MLK. Peace. Peace. Let's turn kiss. You know what I'm saying? Damn. So we can't be violent. So now it's more over, well, can you please respect me? Can you please respect me? Like, no, you're violating me. Exactly. We're not allowed to, you know what I'm saying, express ourselves the way we naturally are when somebody violated us.
Exactly. And a 21, 22-year-old having sex and getting pregnant by a 16, 17-year-old, you're sick.
Violation.
You're just sick too.
That's my new word. Violation, bro.
Exactly.
Like it's just so red alert.
But of course, you know, they don't see that, or even teachers having sex with kids in high school and all that stuff. And while of course, the dude's gonna tell like, oh yeah, I smashed the teacher and all that stuff or whatever.
It's glamorized, right?
But nothing is fucking cool about that. That woman raped you. Why the fuck is she looking at you like that any goddamn way? Don't this bitch got a whole fucking husband at the crib and a son that's about your age? Like, that's sick.
So imagine what they would do to their own kids. It makes me think. Like I said, my mom would just like, you can't put nothing past nobody. Like, I don't even want nobody to watch my kids when I have kids. Yeah. People are sick. Like,
people really
you can't even leave your dog with some people. You know what I'm saying? People are just psychosexual. Psychosexual. You know what I'm saying? And the fetish is like, why do you have to think? We just need therapy. Because I don't want to ridicule the person. Because like you said, you never know what they've been through to make them that way at an early age.
Exactly.
But at the same time, once you know, find therapy, seek help. Exactly. If you have those thoughts and they're uncontrollable, seek help.
That's what I was talking to my best friend Shayna, who's a clinical therapist or whatever. At what point when you know, like, this is wrong, I probably shouldn't do this. Why not? If you have to question that this is wrong and question why are you doing it, Yes, go ahead and get some damn help. But some people are so fucking sick in the mind. It's just like.
And that's why I love that word God complex. Because a God complex is a mixture of the three, where you think you're not wrong, you're incapable of being wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where you feel like it's just you in the world and everybody else is like not relevant. You know what I'm saying? Like, God complex, where you think it's just your view and your perspective that solely matters in general.
Right.
So I think that, you know, it takes a village. If you see somebody, check them, check people.
You have to.
Because it does take two to tango. Like, if we teach these young girls that, you know, it's unacceptable, not in a way where it's like punishing them, but informing them and teaching them that this is something that you shouldn't do, and this is the dangers of what can happen.
Absolutely.
And these are the signs of what can happen of somebody that is older than you. Because I'm victim of that too. Like, you know, being young and an older guy, he's trying to talk to you and trying to tell you that you're mature, more mature than the other girls, and you're more, you know what I'm saying? You can keep up with him. It's signs that show you that this is not someone that you should be with. This is a predator. We need to do a better job of teaching young girls what predator behavior actually is. And young guys too. Because like you said, it's women that will Antoine Fisher you.
Come on now. I had put on my, I'm going to read it. Because I had put it on my Facebook post and I had put it on my Instagram. And I was like, R. Kelly is some of y'all kids right now. I've only seen about 10 minutes of Surviving R. Kelly. What episode? Don't know. But I've seen several opinionated comments about it. And what I've read and the small clip I've seen, this probably sums up my thoughts. Now, if I could take a moment to speak to parents. Some of your kids are already showing signs of predator mentality or homosexual and a bunch of other things that might be too embarrassing to admit. You're ignoring, or maybe not even currently know what's going on when you aren't around. But something is different, strange, weird, or off about your child.
Right.
While y'all are so opinionated about someone else's life, get your house in order and your kids in order.
Yeah.
My opinion is you can't really formulate an opinion about nothing until it has happened to you. You've been through it, or you seek some help for your child who may be showing signs of some behavior. The same behavior. Investing in knowing your kids is being with your kids. Point blank. Period.
Yes.
Knowing everything, talking to them, asking questions, allowing them to ask you questions, and them not being afraid to come to you. And asking them about, has anybody touched you appropriately? Talk to them about sex.
Right.
It doesn't matter what age. And I was like, some of you adults even notice behaviors in other people's kids. And honestly, might not even bring it to the parents' attention.
Girl.
Out of fear, or just don't want to be the one to tell them about their child, because people love their kids and might not see it or don't want to see it. So you write it off by telling your kids, don't play or hang with them. Come on, y'all. It takes a village.
I say that.
We have to speak up. This behavior starts early, and the cycle has to be broken of children, both boys and girls, being sexually victimized and exposed to sex at such a young age, and adults being silent about it, because then they turn into people like R. Kelly or worse.
Girl.
Or worse.
Girl.
Like, we have to.
That was a whole perfect read.
Girl.
And perfect view of Surviving Family. We need to do a better job with these young babies, because they're coming into the world unaware of anything, unaware of the dangers, that come in the world. Just like it's good, there is evil.
Right.
And it's a very evil thing to rip away a child's innocence that way. Ignorance is truly bliss.
Right.
And that's for babies and fools.
Exactly. And I remember when I first seen, and it wasn't like somebody exposed me or violated me, but I remember being 5 years old and I seen an adult penis for the first time.
Yeah. Yes, girl. Yes.
I remember
it's people that flash people in public. It's people that do their own. But think about this. Like when young girls are walking to the bus stop at the school bus and somebody drives slow next to you, and you're just walking and you see them and they're trying to call you over to their car. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of predator behavior. Like you said, sitting on someone's lap and feeling that their penis is hard.
Yeah.
That happens to young girls all the time, and nobody says anything.
Right.
Even young guys. it's someone who told me, I will not say names, of course, but it's someone that told me, a guy friend of mine let me know that a female sucked his penis without his permission.
Right. Like,
she pulled down his pants.
Violated.
She pulled down his pants and sucked his penis without his discretion. So he just felt like women just do that.
Right.
That's why he always expects it. And he said, like, he always wants women to suck his penis because that was the first experience he had sexually ever.
Exactly. And kids at 6, 7 years old watching porn.
Even on TV. Remember when stuff used to be genuinely PG-13?
Yeah.
Stuff used to genuinely be PG. I remember on BET, the Spring Fling, the Spring Bling. Remember that?
Girl, yes.
And I seen 2 girls kissing, and it was like, my girl got a girlfriend. Like, it was just like, oh, okay, well, that's supposed to be what's hot. That's supposed to be what's good. Like, the media does that too.
The media
does that too.
The media is number one for the shit.
Right. I really feel like, in all spectrums, keep kids being kids.
Please, we have to.
Because that lingers on into adulthood.
Exactly.
Like how long?
I was talking to my best friend, and she was saying how nowadays, we want, like, with the little girls and all that stuff, when they sassy and they dance and all, we praise that.
Like when they twerking and being grown and trying to imitate, adults.
We praise that.
Oh my gosh,
boys,
girl.
Oh, he swagged out and he cool.
Girl,
and
that
all
just
that
really
stuff.
brought,
we praise
that really just brought me to, like, another revelation. Just like the club and the nightlife. How many young girls was watching their aunts and watching their mom get dressed for the club? So now that they're of age, we're repeating that cycle of what's supposed to be the most glamorous.
Fake
and so,
IDs,
right, that's what I was mentioning.
Yes.
They're trying to finally get of age and they're sneaking in the club. That even happened to Akon. Remember when Akon, he didn't even know the girl wasn't of age because she was allowed in the club at a young age. Bouncers allowed the girl in the club at a young age.
Exactly. She had a fake ID.
The community is not checking people, and then you blame the men, but we're not blaming the child that's trying to grow up too fast.
Exactly.
We can blame that sometimes because clearly the parent or the person that was supposed to be supervising her wasn't supervising her.
Exactly. And then one of my I was talking to one of my friends, and she was just like, sometimes we do have to hold these people accountable, like the girls accountable. She was like, because she was telling me when she would say she's at homegirl house, but she's standing like at a boy house.
She was being conniving and sneaky.
Exactly, being sneaky,
right,
and mischievous and all of that stuff or whatever.
Right.
So that's why everybody has to be held accountable.
Yeah.
Everybody has to be held accountable.
Agreed.
And it's just not fair. It's really, really not fair when only one party is being blamed because of this.
And when you're on that sex offender list, you are on the sex offender list for the rest of your life. You're scarring somebody for the rest of their life. And that's why it's so hard for rape allegations even to get out there. And a lot of girls that are really real victims and a lot of guys that are really real victims, you know what I'm saying, don't want to come up because so many people also lie about it. Exactly. If that never happened to you, don't try to put yourself in the shoes of a victim.
Exactly. And
you're the manipulator. Like, it's like, who's really the manipulator at this point?
Exactly.
It's so excessive.
And that's my whole thing. It's just like,
you never get to the bottom of the truth.
You would never. People like, fuck you if you still listen to him, and fuck you because you're a part of the problem. No, you're a part of the problem.
Because look, you're an enabler. You're an enabler. You're the type of person that'll watch somebody do something for a really long time, and then when it becomes a trend to not like him, that's when you don't like him.
Exactly, because you should have been stopped listening to R. Kelly in 2007, 2002, 2003.
Girl,
when those allegations came
in the
out.
90s, girl with Aaliyah.
Then.
Yeah.
Should have stopped listening to him then.
He wrote Age Ain't Nothing But a Number.
Come on. We should have been stopped listening to him. We should have been trying to mute R. Kelly. Don't mute him now. That Lifetime.
And how many artists have R. Kelly inspired? Trey Songz sounds just like R. Kelly.
Yes. Ty Dolla $ign sound like R. Kelly to me.
Yeah, it's a lot of people who were even inspired by the same talent that are innovative now.
Exactly.
Like, ugh.
And it's so crazy because Lifetime.
They're doing a good job at demonizing his character.
They do that.
Yeah.
Lifetime does a great job at demonizing men, period, but definitely black men. And let me tell you, the owner of A&E, and A&E is owned by Lifetime, Bob Iger. Bob Iger was arrested for child pornography. Bob Iger is the owner of A&E, and Lifetime is on A&E Network. Come on now. Lifetime.
So Lifetime should have mentioned they should have mentioned him.
That's what I'm saying.
They should have mentioned him at the same time they was mentioning R. Kelly, since you want to talk about R. Kelly so bad.
Exactly.
Maybe he took some notes from him.
But you got the person who is the owner of the whole fucking network that was arrested for child pornography.
Girl.
Y'all showing this on his
Girl, and I watched
network.
all 6 episodes. Right after each clip, they were just talking about, I'm a victim. Each female,
Yeah,
it was all
I saw
female.
that.
It was not one male. Like, they did
that.
commercials of victims
I saw
on
that.
purpose.
But were they gonna say men? Because there are.
It was all women. There are men.
I got something else.
Yeah, it's such a shame how men also, don't get to be victims. Why don't men get to be victims? That literally probably happens to them first. They start touching in their teens because they were exposed in their childhood, in their early childhood.
So I've screenshotted this off of somebody's page on Instagram. # surviving R. Kelly. Anyone remember in high school when the girls wouldn't give a boy in high school the day of time because they were too busy dating R. Kelly's? And willingly
oh my God.
So. They wanted the older guy who had a car, a crib, a little money, etc. They wanted to be grown. They wanted that adult sex life. Now they realize they were just something to do. There are 2 lessons to be learned here. 1, we must teach men of all ages how to be respectable men, have integrity, and hold them accountable for their actions. 2, we must teach women of all ages how to respect and value themselves, to use discernment, and to make better
not be
choices.
naive. Yes.
This isn't about males/females, because many men have lost their virginities to older women, myself included, or to a woman who manipulated him into engaging in the act. The lesson is the same for everyone. Protect yourself, value yourself, know your worth, treat your body like a temple. Allowing someone to enter your mind and control it may be worse than someone holding a gun to your head.
Yes.
And to the parents who sit back and allow their children to spend the night out, travel with men, allow men to come over and spend the night, allow them to date your daughters, or allow your children to have their own apartments at young ages, or ship your kids off to live with some man with the hopes of having an illustrious career at the expense of her precious body being used for sexual pleasure. Shame on you.
Right.
To the grown women who know about these predators and say nothing, you are doing yourself and so many other women a disservice by not speaking up. The longer you wait, the more people who will potentially be victimized. Get your own money. Hold on, let me go.
Get your own money, because this is important. This is important.
Get your own money. Get your own house. Get your own car.
Right.
Pay for your own trips.
Right.
Get to the top by standing firm on your beliefs, not laying on your back. Do the work. Respect yourself. Set standards. Have values. Have faith. Don't take any shortcuts, and be willing to sacrifice everything to stand for what you believe. That means if you're being sexually harassed or assaulted at your job, and speaking up means you will lose your job, lose the job, and keep your peace.
Right, that's dignity.
That's dignity.
Right, and dignity comes with discipline. I really love that entire excerpt.
Yes.
And that's how you know we are missing men in the home. A lot of people do not have fathers to give them that discipline and teach them that discipline. I'm victim of that too. I had to learn how to discipline my own self. You have to learn how to discipline your own self, and that comes with protecting yourself, using protection, having sex with people that you consensually understand, and that it's healthy, it's consensual, and it's appropriate, and it's not presumptuous, because presumptuous only means not being appropriate.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Inform yourself. And something that also you said that was in the excerpt about the parents that, the I told you so parents. I want to talk about the I told you so parents, because it is so, like I said, surviving family. Protect yourself first and foremost, but surviving your family, you have to forgive yourself, and you have to forgive your child.
Right, exactly.
Forgive your child, because in that naive moment where they didn't have that discipline, they understood later that wasn't good for them. That wasn't what they were supposed to do.
Exactly.
That you were moving ass backwards. That moved you backward. You know what I mean? Because as he said, you don't need to lay on your back and have somebody else provide for you.
Exactly.
You don't have to find a R. Kelly and have sex with him just so you can become a singer and put yourself in compromising situations just because you don't have a car. You're going to date a guy with a car because he's older than you, and the guy who really is good for you, that's your age group that you can learn with and explore with, because you both don't know, rather than being manipulated because somebody else, older guy, because he is more experienced than you. See the beauty. See the beauty in dealing with somebody who's not as experienced.
Exactly. And that's very, very, very much important. Because
you know what I mean?
I remember being in 10th grade.
Girl, I remember being in 10th and 11th grade.
Sitting at the goddamn bus stop to ride all the way down Virginia Beach, catch the number 20 to Military, and then go down to Virginia Beach Krispy Kreme and got splashed at a bus stop. And I was like, I ain't talking to nobody if they ain't got no car.
Girl, period.
And that's how I started. But, okay, like, I'm in 10th grade, so I just probably talked to the 11th grader or the 12th grader with a car or something or whatever. But still.
It happened to me even in 9th grade because we both went to Booker T. And remember, the basketball games used to be popping, baby.
Yes.
I was there in 2011, 2012, and I really remember, like, the first, like, 5 guys that tried to talk to me were seniors. So it actually just came to me. Girls, we be chilling. Like, we're the ones that are approached. I think guys also forget that too. That's why it's easier to blame the guy being the predator mostly, because it's always the guy that's always trying to come for the girl. Like, I'm not, till this day, I am not trying to talk to no guy. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, all those senior guys were trying to talk to me. It was my responsibility, like he said in the excerpt, and like you say, protect yourself, because I would have let all of those senior guys know, well, you're too old for me, and why is you trying to talk to me? And all those senior girls, and ain't you going to the prom with those senior girls, so why is you trying to talk to me?
Exactly. And that's how we, as women, other women, being, you know, mentors and all that stuff, and parents, letting your girls know, like, this is the age that you can talk to a guy. Right. You know what I mean? Right. If anybody is trying to talk to you, you're 14. You shouldn't be talking to, like, no 17 or 18 or 19-year-old. Right. That's just too old.
And then the young girls, like me being, like, in that cusp, like, I understand, like, when young girls hear, like, don't rush, and they hear their age, and we don't think that we're responsible at certain ages. Because I'm not going to lie, I had my first job when I was 14.
So did I.
And 15. So
did I.
Exactly. So that's why we think we're grown, because we do understand the responsibility of paying our own phone bill. We understand the responsibility,
like, back to school.
Thank you, buying your own shoes and taking care of yourself. I was buying my own bundles. I was getting my own nails done. I was buying my own clothes. You know what I'm saying? So it felt good to date the older person that already had the money, like you said, and already had the car and stuff like that, because they can learn, they can take care of some of my responsibilities. Value being responsible for yourself, and you know, it's okay to learn how to be responsible for a while, because at that young age where, you know, like you said, some parents let their children have apartments at early ages. They do. So you think you're mature just because you're responsible for yourself.
Right. No,
and
it's not even cool.
And that's not cool. But like, it starts there.
I remember being in high school, and like, my best friend, I love him, Christopher Higgins. Like, he used to buy me Rocawear coats, and all. My mama would not. I used to have to sneak and wear my Rocawear coat.
Girl, yeah.
She was like, why is he buying you that type of stuff? Cluster earrings, cluster rings.
I used to have to hide my stuff. I was sneaky. I was a sneaky baby. I was a sneaky baby.
See, I
used to put skirts in my jacket pocket and walk out the house with the skirt in my jacket pocket and put the skirt on in the bathroom.
My mom was crazy. Like, my mama too, I really didn't fuck with my mom. Like not like fuck with her, but
at the time, was crazy. Disciplinary. She was a disciplinarian.
My mama was crazy. So it's just, I never, like, used to sneak out and all of that stuff. And I remember one time, like, I did have a boy in my house. It was because Chris had brought me the Rocawear coat, and I just let him in the living room, and I was trying to hurry up and hide the coat, and she came home, and he right there. God. Oh my God, girl. My mama held me up against that goddamn wall, bitch.
I just want to say shout out to my mother's work schedule, because, girl, stuff like that never happened to me. Look, I was on a time schedule. Look, we had school in the morning at 7:25. The bell rings at 8:50. Then you had a 10:20 bell. No, my mom, she was at work, okay? She had to take care of all her babies.
Yeah.
She had to take care of all her babies.
But then imagine, like, those mothers who do work. Yeah. Who do work. Yeah. And there's, like, no, maybe,
my
like,
mom,
no
she tried her best. I'm telling you, she wanted to talk to me get better. But by the time then, I'm thinking, look, I can handle it on my own.
Yeah.
I done experienced this, and this is how it
So
affected
you know.
me.
You think
Right,
you know.
right, I think
You
I know.
wrong.
I think I know.
Yeah.
Right, but just like Alexia said, though, I just read that. She said the problem with most young ladies is that they want to experience things on their own, just like you told me. Yep. They don't want to hear what went wrong. They don't want to hear anything negative. I get that.
Yeah, they don't. Like, we didn't want to hear that shit. Like, oh, like, you know, we don't want to hear that. But at the end of the day, what has to happen? We have to go through our own experience, but we have to have that open dialect.
And don't victimize yourself in that experience too much. Like, you are a victim, but you also have to be accountable in the part that you played in the situation. It is very true to me. Like, why did you get shit-faced drunk by yourself in the bar? Why?
That don't even make
Protect
sense.
yourself. Why are you
that
in a room?
That was one of my safety tips for bar talk, fight or flight. Do not get
even
drunk
these
when
girls,
you're by yourself.
Girl, and not even just drinking no more, like even drugs, smoking and stuff like that. Why are you smoking weed in the trap? You the only girl, and it's a whole bunch of dudes in the trap, and you feel cute and okay smoking weed, making Snapchat videos in the trap with a whole bunch of guys.
And that's how a lot of these girls do get raped. Like these videos, like
you happy? Like you giving people the wrong impression.
The video of the girl that was, I guess, found in a freezer. Somebody was like,
oh,
it looked like that
girl,
she probably had been raped.
Yeah,
that she probably had been raped by those guys or something, like been set up or something. Yeah. So we have to be careful, y'all.
Yeah, girl.
We have to, as women, we have to be careful. We have to protect ourselves.
Each other.
We have to protect our minds. Yes, we have to be looking out for women and never, ever, ever be trying to put somebody down for how they because at the end of the day, people are gonna feel how they feel. They're gonna experience what they want to experience. They're gonna go through what they want to, and it's not for us to be like, how in the world did you put that down?
Girl, I had just pushed it on down. I grabbed both and pushed it down. Let me see.
All the way down.
Hold on. Do I gotta twist it?
No, it's okay. I think it's all the way. Is it all the way down?
I don't know, girl.
Anyway,
because we can switch. Good. You know me. Ooh,
it's all good.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, like, and I know, I had seen somebody who was like, he was a womanizer, and he lost his virginity at 10 years old by like a 14 or 15.
You see what I'm saying?
Something like, and then come on, it's just
why are they so silent? Where are these 14-year-old girls that was touching those little boys?
Yeah.
How come y'all not talking? Because at least the male predators is talking and being exposed, and they're telling you guys, well, this is what happened to me that made me sexual. Where are these females? Yeah.
Because he felt like, okay, if I could get this person is attracted to me, anybody I can get anybody.
Girl, I seen, because you know everybody watches porn. Don't lie. Just please stop. Everybody stop lying. There's literally a whole pillow humping category. Like, some girls are hot in the pants. Yeah, your grandma talks about it too, though. Like, girl, it is true. Like, I remember that phase. You know what I'm saying? Like, girls are really horny. Like, girls be humping shit and girls be all sexual. We need to talk to our young girls and let them know how to handle that as well. Guys, they get to jack off. It's easy for them. And it is difficult for girls to understand how to make that feeling go away when it happens and occurs. I think that they probably do take it out on young boys.
They do.
And they're predators.
Yeah.
When they first hit puberty and feel that feeling. Like, even some girls who haven't been, it's girls who haven't been touched that became quote unquote promiscuous.
Exactly.
Because it was just that feeling that they felt and they wanted to keep feeling it. Exactly. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of different cases.
A pillow humping category.
Girl, a pillow humping category, girl. A pillow humping category.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Girl, yes. Girls be humping the pillow to get that. It's just like
But I used to hump pillows too.
But it's just like, that's what lesbians do. Lesbians, they kiss and they do the scissor thing. Yep. You know what I mean? It's a humping. Girls be humping. Girls be humping.
So, Surviving Family, we're gonna have to definitely get a therapist, licensed somebody to come up here. Honestly, I feel like I need to make this like a part 2.
Once again.
A little part 2, seriously, and get some people in here just talking about that, because it's just so important for people to understand and how to get over childhood trauma.
Yes.
Because that's all it is. It's childhood trauma. That's what R. Kelly is a victim of childhood trauma. 6 years old for a grown person to be touching you.
Exposed to
6
sex
years
at a
old.
young age, childhood taken away from you, not allowed
A lot
to
of our
see and
childhoods been
experience.
taken away from
Yes,
us.
and that's what I mean. It's just
Hear our
PTSD.
hear our parents humping, and it ain't even our parents. Our mama's humping her boyfriend, or daddy humping somebody.
Yeah, girl.
And then the daddy bring the stepdaughter.
And then it's on TV, and then it's on
it's
TV, and then it's in movies, and then it's in books. It's just everywhere.
And like, me and you had a conversation, little car therapy, when
Oh,
we were
girl,
talking
yeah.
about us walking around here, probably humping our goddamn cousins.
And you didn't even know.
Sharing same DNA.
Exactly.
We don't know because we have been separated.
We have been
for so
separated in
long.
slavery.
Some of y'all
Yeah.
have probably fucked y'all goddamn
Cousins and don't
already.
even know it, and it's
Already.
just biologically immune to it, because people don't think
Exactly.
about sex like, sex has body chemistry. People
Yeah.
just try to think about it in just energy and spirit. This is a literal thing. You ever smell a certain way after you had sex with a guy?
Right.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Like, women, we have bacteria. We call it good bacteria because
and
bad bacteria, because some of our bacteria cleanses the
vagina.
right, it cleanses
Exactly.
the vagina. So
if
you have
y'all niggas
right.
ain't know.
Yeah, all bacteria is not bad bacteria, because our bacteria cleanses our vagina. It just cleanses itself.
It
And
naturally
guys,
cleanses that.
y'all don't have that. So y'all can literally knock off our pH and knock off, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
what goes on down there. So you don't have good body chemistry with every guy.
And that's
And guys don't have good body chemistry with
ladies,
every girl,
exactly.
because you can catch a UTI
You
as a
sure
guy
can. You
because
sure
of her
can.
bacteria.
Exactly, not mixing with yours.
Hello?
So, ladies, you have to understand that when you, after you have sex with a guy and you're
Pee.
smelling a little not right,
Yeah, you can smell it in your pee.
can-
You know you smell it. You know you smell it.
Exactly,
Don't play.
exactly.
Every girl has discharge. If you pull your pants down and you do not have some type of evidence, your body as a female, it speaks to you and communicates with you.
does.
It lets you
It
know
does.
when it's healthy and unhealthy.
Exactly. And
Don't
then-
feel ashamed about it.
Exactly.
That's your body telling your status. Just like when you find out you got your period. Like, oh, okay, well, my period's here. So you do the proper precautions for when you have your period.
which, ladies, get you a Diva Cup. I'm trying to say, which I'm going to do a Diva Cup giveaway because, ladies, this is for my ladies.
Yes, this is for
alright?
my ladies, period. Oh, this will go in so many different conversations because, like I
It
said,
can.
so many young women end up taking advantage of younger men because they don't even understand how to sexually please themselves.
That's true. That's so true.
Like,
And then it's just like, what conversations are they having with their parents? Like, when
I'm not
they
gonna lie, I
start to feel-
did get a chance to talk to my mom about sex. Like, I don't know.
Did you not take it? Did you not want to? Did you feel uncomfortable?
Okay, in the beginning,
was it?
okay, it was all because my mom, once she saw that I was getting boobs, she wanted to go bra shopping with me so freaking bad. So it just made me uncomfortable for like maybe a few months to talk to her about sex and sexual feelings. But after watching like a movie with her, like a movie scene, it was actually The L Word. You ever seen that series on Showtime, The L
I
Word?
heard of it, but I did
Girl,
not
yeah, it was
watch
just about a
Okay.
bunch of lesbians, girl.
Yeah.
So I was just like, like, okay, so let me tell my mom I've actually had that feeling before. It's just a heat. That's what I called it. We labeled it a heat and everything because it is. Like, it's just like a weird sensation where you're horny or you're craving it.
The
And-
bitch in heat.
Yeah.
Like,
And my mom let me know, please yourself. Period. I don't think that, it would be a healthy way for everybody, men and women alike, to please themselves before they seek outward to be pleased or have outside sources
So when
please
your
them.
mom was
That would
like,
stop a
please-
lot of urges.
So when your mom was like, please yourself, did she explain to you what pleasing yourself was? How was it? Okay.
No. So that's when I start, researching my own things. But it was also a time thing because I didn't even get an opportunity or give myself the opportunity to fully understand what she was trying to say. Because like you said, it was already kind of uncomfortable. The older I got, I knew what she meant by please
Yeah,
yourself.
of course.
But now it was just like, but then it was just like, well, let me see what I can do.
Even with that being said, like when girls girls in heat and all of that stuff, I mean, what do you buy your child dildos? Like, do you go dildo shopping? Like, this is a vibrator.
I wouldn't do
This
dildo
is
shopping,
what
but I
this
would do
is,
vibrator
a
shopping
vibrator.
first
Yeah,
because it's
okay.
just like what your mom does with the pad and the tampon.
Exactly.
Everybody's mom, if your mom was there for you, I'm sorry. I don't even know if that sounded proper. But anyway, like,
It's
you know,
okay.
if your mom was there for you, she was able to teach you. Right. Any woman was there for you to teach you how to put on a pad, boom, that has the wings. But then a tampon is a little bit more intricate because if your hymen isn't broken, you know, if your hymen isn't broken, it's going to be uncomfortable to put a tampon in. So that was like the, you know, conversation, the if you lost your virginity conversation. Or when you went to the clinic, that was the did you lose your virginity conversation. It wasn't an outright, hey, are you interested in losing your virginity? Or like,
let's talk another thing. When you went to the doctor, did your mom was in the room with you?
I would ask the doctor to remove my mom.
Girl, my mom
would be mad as a bitch. But I'm telling you, like, I would tell my personal care physician, they would ask me, well, do you want your mother to be in the room? We're about to have the sexual portion of the.
Girl,
you know,
my mama was so fucking nosy.
I would be like,
bye,
mom.
I could not talk about nothing. I was glad. Were you sexually active? No.
No, I would tell them. I would be like, bye, mom, because it's time to talk about my personal life. Like, I treated my sexual urges and stuff like that since I was like 13. I treated that as like my secret, my own life, my own way.
That is yours.
Because I felt like, you know, based on stories she's even told me, I'm more sexual than my mom. So I didn't want her to look down on me.
Yeah.
That's another thing. You want to be a principles person when it comes to talking to people who are there for you. So that's why it's good to have mentors or outside women who are experienced and mature that are also, you know,
of course,
safe and healthy.
Of course.
To give you advice.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And ladies, fathers, please make sure y'all talk to y'all kids about sex, the birds and the bees and all that stuff.
Yes.
It is not okay for your children to be getting outside information from their peers.
And
from
just
their friends,
anybody.
They're going to tell them wrong information. Like, so just make sure that you have healthy conversations with your children. Like, when you find them watching porn and all of that stuff or whatever.
Don't make it weird.
Don't make it weird. Let's watch one together. What you watching? Like,
right.
I'm going to make you so fucking
It's scientific. Right. I want it to be scientific because when you think of sex, like I said, when you think of sex, if it's not you trying to, if your objective is not to reproduce or please yourself, you don't need to have sex.
Right.
Because you're responsible for both. You're responsible once you reproduce something, and you're responsible for yourself to have orgasms and come. Like, I want my child to have a happy life. It's a really unhappy life if you have to go all color outside the lines just to feel pleased.
Exactly.
That's why people are coloring outside the lines.
Yeah. That's why some people are homosexuals and lesbians and all of that different type of stuff or whatever. Ooh, that's a good number.
Girl.
But yeah. So, how long do we have, Rick?
This was a good convo, though.
A great convo.
Or it was organic, too, girl. Like, for real.
So organic because, I mean, again, people are surviving family, surviving Black women. And, I mean, that's what we really are surviving. We're surviving Black women.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Like I
surviving
said.
Black women. Like, and I really feel like the whole Black women thing is going to shake the table. And I meant that, pun intended. Yes. Shout out to K. Michelle.
Girl.
It's really going to shake the table because Black women aren't accountable till this day. We aren't really accountable. And I feel as though if Black women take accountability, our men will be able to quick, fast take accountability. And we'll be able to work together to move on as a community.
Exactly. I feel like even with this, it made it even more division within the Black community. It's like how it's not bringing us together. Everything is always let's divide and conquer. Like, and it's just it's sick. It is sick what they're doing. And if you are not realizing what the media and all them are portraying and putting out for us to do, it's like you are again a part of the problem. You really, really are. And we just have to again. Accountability is my favorite word. Like I said, I've been talking about it since day one on my podcast. We have to take accountability for our actions. We have to take accountability to be like, you know what? I probably was wrong. I probably did, initiate it and all that stuff. Like people say, we were talking about the whole thing. If a woman comes around naked and a man should still know better than not to take, but that woman need to take accountability. No, you should be fucking naked, walking out looking like a slut. Look at nasty.
It just needs to be a medium. Like, literally process things with accountability, because outside things are gonna happen anyway. You have no control of what the next person is going to do anyway. You have to protect yourself, and you have to go in surviving. Only the weak, like, just fold like that. Only the weak are instantly victims. So if you identify yourself as a strong person, then you have to know that everyone expected you to come in the room protecting yourself. So putting yourself in situations where you can be compromised is not setting yourself up for efficiency. That's all I'm saying. Like, you can't identify somebody, a victim if they had control. I just can't. I just can't call you a victim. You had control for a large amount of time. They even do that with self-defense. It's no longer self-defense if you stop becoming the victim and you become the aggressor within the situation. The Centoya Brown case just got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because she just got clemency. Yeah. But what they was trying to, play devil's advocate with her, if you go to safety and you come back and you become the aggressor, you no longer are, my phone died, you no longer are, a victim.
And that's sick.
That's sick.
That's sick.
That's sad.
Because you mean to tell me I finally gained strength to fight. And now you're saying that I'm no, fuck that.
Right,
that's
bro.
Sick. That's sick. That is so sick.
But I'm so happy for her because she was literally going to face life for protecting her own self. And that would have spoke volumes if America's justice system would have allowed her to, rot in jail for protecting herself.
Exactly. But congratulations to her.
Yes, congratulations, girl.
Congratulations to her.
I wish I can pop champagne with her.
Tell me about it.
Yes,
tell me about it.
I'm so proud of her.
That's amazing. And to everybody who has had anything to do with her getting released, because people wrote letters, people called, people did all type of stuff. So kudos to those people who have even seen that there was a problem and stepped in. And that's another thing. Y'all are gonna allow surviving R. Kelly to over fucking power that this woman is about to be released from prison.
Girl.
Like, come on.
Girl.
And
that's what the media...
That just goes to show how many other cases that we need to be looking into
Girl.
to see about how we can see about getting clemency for other women who has been through stuff like that.
Girl.
That's on death row.
And men as well.
And men.
Because that's why mass incarceration exists, because they want to keep us divided from one another over unjust situations.
Exactly. People who are in jail for nonviolent crimes. And not even just in the act of the crime or something like that was a part of it.
An accessory, right? Wrong place, wrong time type of niggas. Yeah.
People who have been wrongly accused of rape, of molesting people, who have been spent years behind prison and all of that.
And that's what I mean about the audience. Like when I say the audience, I always mean the people who are overseeing and the people who are sitting back and watching and passing judgment. I'm talking about those people. Like, how can you snitch on your people? Do you get what I mean? How can you come together and lie on somebody and allow them to be incarcerated based off of a lie so your family's pockets can be rich, not wealthy?
Right.
Because nobody's building generational wealth. Like, we're yet, like Beyonce and Jay-Z, they're like literally one of the first families to, in this generation to really like make it happen. And build generational wealth and spread others to try to build generational wealth. That's what I'm really talking about. Inspiring. So right. They're inspiring people to build generational wealth. So you got people calling each other broke, tearing each other down, passing judgment on people, and being the audience and not making anything happen.
And that's just our community. That's a black community thing.
That's so whack.
That's exactly why I called it. They so fucking whack.
That's the word.
They are you whack.
You whack.
You whack. Like, you clown people trying to do better and get education. Oh, they
break generational curses.
Exactly.
You call them weird. Girl, do you know how often I was called weird? Or when we need to stop that big word shit too. Like, I'm a wordstress. I enjoy learning words because I understand that the American language is a curse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that we speak in oxymorons. If you read, you can write. If you write, you can speak. It helps you communicate more efficiently.
And that's so crazy because you said
it's
that
not
the
big
American
words.
language is a curse anyway. Like, we say good morning.
Yeah.
Morning.
Yeah.
Morning is weeping. And
oh my God, it's crazy that you say that. Like, huh?
Like, Yeah. Or I'm dead.
Girl.
When you laughing, bitch, I'm dead.
Yeah.
But no, bitch.
Or even sarcasm,
Yes.
like you know, you see somebody and they do that weird smirk. I know you can even see it, even though you hear me right now. We call it the white people smirk.
Yeah.
Where you look at me and we just and we just and we just
Yeah.
like you don't even you don't want to say hello to me. And even Bronze Bomber just said that the fighter on my page when I told you like his energy is just so accurate because he's truthful as well. And another excerpt, girl, he was saying in an interview that we don't even look at each other and say hello. We would rather mean mug each other and pass judgment on each other than say hello.
Exactly.
Have a good day. Blessings to you.
Exactly. I was talking to a girlfriend of mine, and she was just like, when people be looking at her or whatever, and she be like, what the fuck you looking at? I was like, maybe she probably don't know how to say, hey, I just think I like your outfit or your hair or your eyebrows look good and all that
Right,
stuff.
that's what I'm holding accountability on. Why are you afraid?
Exactly. So when somebody is just staring at you, smile and say hello. Be warm. Be genuine, be kind, and that could just break that whatever. I mean, the person probably just looking at you because they might just be staring. But people stare at me, bitch, I'm giving you a smile. Hey, how you doing? Like, I see you looking at me so high. Do you? And they be like, oh, hey, how you doing? I just wanted to say, oh, okay, thank you. That's where it starts at. Like you said, people rather mean mug you than say hello.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah.
You okay? Anything wrong? Can I help you with anything?
Or just gracing your presence. Like, we treat each other invisible.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I just told Rick. Like, the very first moment I met Tisha, guys, I know it was in Desire Dance, but it just baffled me because it was just like, I knew I seen Tisha beforehand. I met her somewhere before based on your presence.
Like we knew each other from
Girl,
somewhere.
we was the whole time. And I was just pretending like I knew you from somewhere the whole time, but I ain't even knew you.
And I was doing the same thing, bitch. Yeah.
It's just that energy. Like, you my tribe, girl. Like, I will speak to anybody like I know you.
Yes.
And it's just crazy how we're able to connect from that moment based on the fact that we already felt like we knew each other.
Exactly.
That's why I do love the color purple, because that was what Celie and that female representative that had to go. They weren't really blood, but they still treated each other like, you know what I'm saying? My sister.
Finally,
Exactly.
Exactly.
Like, that's crazy.
That's amazing. I love it, y'all. So, surviving family, y'all. I mean, that's just what it's about. Surviving family, it don't even have to be your physical family, blood.
Right.
It's your brothers and your sisters
your
that
community.
share the same color as you. It's your community, y'all. Surviving family. We have to survive each other and survive with each other. And surviving with each other is being honest, is being open, is just being understanding, being compassionate,
being reliable, being there for each other. Girl, I can really go on and on, like, especially in the community. We took a big community loss because it's even still in the newspaper. That's why I have to speak on it. Rest in peace to my lifelong childhood friend, Jadon Jenkins. He passed away at 22 on December 14th. And he was such a talent, and he was so young, but the community is showing him so much love. That's why I have to speak on it. And I know that, you know, I constantly check on his sister. I try my best to constantly, you know, like pictures, you know what I mean? Just any form of, you know, condolence and appreciation. It really is showing me a little bit of growth in the community because he got so much love shown to him and his family. I'm telling you, girl. And it's even what you did with the light. And how, you know, just to speak on that, like, you prevented other 12-year-olds and other young, you know, children.
And
that's
I didn't even know him.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know him, y'all. Like, people was like, oh, he lived in your neighborhood. You knew him. No, he lived across the street. And I never seen him a day in my life. And I probably did see him because his bus stop is at the corner of my mom's house that Friday when he got out of school. And the kids from Ruffner was getting off the bus. So I probably did see him. But I went home and got dressed, and when I was coming out, I'm like, dang, you look like a bad accident up there. And it was him. It was him. It was that same Friday. Like, I remember it like it was yesterday. But today, they, you know, when I saw them, they were putting the infrastructure up and all that stuff.
Girl, that's exciting. That's exciting.
So, yes.
It's really happening.
We have our community. Like, we have to. It really does take a village, y'all.
That's what I'm saying. It takes a village.
To get back to how we used to be when it was like we loved each other.
Girl, they at least had the Bowling Park reunion.
Yeah.
They at least had the little Roberts Park, little Northview family reunion. Right, yeah.
We need to bring Anne Fram Fest back or something.
Anne Fram
Can
Fest.
we bring Anne Fram Fest back? I mean, that was one.
Ooh, and it's crazy. But shout out to Creative Nation.
Okay.
Something that I'm really learning with my mentors. A huge lesson, like the reason why Rick Rosses and the Nicki Minaj's and the mainstream artists that we really, really listen to that we can't get in the area, girl, they're out of our reach. Mm-hmm. Did you know that these artists, they're charging like $100,000 and $20,000 to have one show or 60 minutes of their time? Mm-hmm. Why don't artists want to touch their people? Just like what I'm saying, like what you said, we can't say hello to each other. Yeah. As an artist, if we're the one that's building you up so you can be the biggest in the game, why can't you come back to us?
Why can't we have you a little bit?
Right.
Why can't we have a little bit of time?
You really gonna cost 100 racks? Really?
Exactly.
Rick Ross? Who's gonna charge $100 of tickets for a Rick Ross show?
I don't know nobody for real. I can't count on even one hand.
Even like a nice Nas, a nice DJ Khaled, like DJ Khaled, how he had all the mixes with T-Pain, with I'm So Hood. That's why they could do Air Fran Fest because those were the artists that were on the rise in like the early 2000s. But now that's like 20 years old.
Yeah. But that's how we have new artists and all of that.
Right,
shit.
But those new artists, they're not on the mainstream. It's just such a weird thing. We're not connected with one another.
K. Michelle wasn't on the mainstream. She was at Anne Fran Fest.
No, I do love K. Michelle though. But K. Michelle, she don't cost that much. She still don't cost that much. Like she's not one of those artists that don't touch her people. Yeah. She touches her fans and she really does support the people that support her.
Exactly.
I'm talking about those mainstream artists. Like we can't get y'all. We can't see y'all.
Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Nigga, you from here.
You right from here. And Trey Songz pop bottles here. Can't have a Trey concert. We can have a Trey Songz appearance. Can't have a Trey Songz concert though. He gonna appear on your ass.
He appear at a brunch and
right. Like
he ain't about to
damn, like even Pusha, like, can we have a Kanye concert? Let's have a good music concert. Like that would be amazing just for the culture, just to bring some innovation. Why don't people bring innovation in VA?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That crab in a barrel mindset is here.
Exactly, and especially with artists like Missy,
Pharrell.
Girl,
girl, that's why I be saying I'm about to be like Pharrell for real. That's what I was about to say, because that's why we going to LA. That's why we making big moves in other places. Exactly. I call it Pharrell for real.
Pharrell for real.
Yeah, I'm about to be Pharrell for real because he's global. Like he just said, you know what? I mean, I was on some VA shit. Now I'm on some national shit. I was on some national shit. Now I'm on some global shit. Because, like, you know, I do understand his view when he said all lives matter against Black Lives Matter. You know, I'm pro-Black. But I can't understand his scope because, you know, a lot of people call that nigga weird.
Yes.
A lot of people bashed him. That's what I mean by surviving. This is also surviving family because your own family will knock down your dreams. Your own family will call you weird and say that what you're doing, they don't give you support until you see the results.
Exactly.
They don't help you during the struggle. They help you They help you during the results of the benefits of all of the weird shit that they was calling weird and bad. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. I had talked about it, and I probably post a video and all that stuff, but when people can't see you on their level, like when you want to do things, people can't see you outdoing them, or they want to see you on their level. Mm-hmm. So it will be your family that tell you that you can't do it, or that shit dumb, and why you want to do it like that or whatever, because they can't see outside of the box like you can.
Right.
And they want you to stay there. So that's what it is. It's surviving even your family, y'all, because again, like you said, people call Pharrell weird as a bitch.
Yeah, girl.
A black skateboarder.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Yeah.
Who's black and wear Vans?
Right.
And like goddamn
right.
video games.
In the home, that's the first time you're judged. In the home, that's the first time you learn, okay, look, I'm not going to trust nobody because I put that $20 down and all of a sudden that $20 gone. I put that J down and somebody done smoked my J. I put a sandwich in the refrigerator. Somebody ate it. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the first times you really get a discernment and a judgment of characters. So surviving family will help you survive life and survive outside people and help you get a good judge of character, because I got some motherfucking characters in mind.
Girl.
Everybody in the black community got some characters in mind. You got them, niece, can I hold $20? Nephew, can I get a, can I?
Yeah. We got them.
I'm scared to be successful for them little shit for moments like that. Riding on the coattails.
Exactly.
Survive your family.
Survive your family, y'all. And that's all it's about. Fuck surviving R. Kelly. Survive your family.
Mm-hmm.
Get in your house. Get in your family. Reach out to those people who, and if you even have a family, you're not even talking to your damn family. That's what I'm talking about. Why the fuck are we even so divided as family?
We're divided as family. That's what makes us be divided as a community. You don't even know your real family. You only have nuclear families. You got your mom, your dad, if your dad, your grandma, your few aunts, the favorite aunts that's close. You even got the aunts, like I said, it ain't even blood aunts that was just your childhood friends, and the uncles that was just your childhood friends that turned into uncles. We got divided, weird, shifty type of families. Right. Then look at the Jewish people. Jewish people aren't like that. All of them got the same blood.
Exactly.
Indian people ain't like that.
No, they don't you can't even. They don't even like you fucking marrying outside your goddamn race.
The only people that are like that. That's why I say, I'm scared of everybody calling themselves black. Like the Hispanic people, they're united.
Yeah,
they're united. Like they have their people. Like they weren't as divided. You know what I'm saying? Like black people are really divided. Just like you mentioned earlier in the conversation, you could be fucking your cousin.
Exactly, and we don't even fucking know it.
And you don't even know it.
We don't even know it. Surviving family, y'all.
That's why people doing ancestry.
Exactly.
I'm scared to get that shit my DNA. Don't put your DNA in that shit. The CIA
Girl, and it's just like, and as much as I really do want to know, I'm like, I'm not about to give my money, like my blood to the government.
Because look, we all mixed up anyway. Though we mixed up. If you black in America, you're a little bit of Indian, you're a little bit of
Caribbean,
you're a little bit of Caribbean, you're a little bit of white,
Spanish,
you're a little bit of Italian, you everything.
Spaniard.
Look, you all of that with African descent.
Exactly.
Because they shipped this from Africa.
Exactly.
And they
but remember Pangea?
Oh my God, yeah, that's so far ago.
Some people don't even be talking about Pangea.
Some people don't believe in Pangea. Girl, we're not informed enough.
Girl, Pangea, if you really look at it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't remember it?
No, yeah, it's like a puzzle piece. It's a puzzle piece.
It up and all that
but this is my believing. Like that's why, in ancient Kemet, the Egyptians were trying to teach a lot of people those knowledges. Even in Timbuktu, they were teaching that in African colleges, and all of that knowledge was burned and buried away because of capitalism, and it actually held us back. We are in a modern day Renaissance. America is just that new. They changed. The most resourceful place. They stripped Africa. That was the most resourceful place. The Fertile Crescent, the Mesopotamia, wherever you want to call it, that was the center of the earth where everything was passed through.
Yep.
Okay, so they changed that place to America. Think about the slave trade. They brought it, Manifest Destiny, they brought it right over here. And that is what I solely believe in. We need to inform our community because we have the wrong knowledge. Everybody's going off of their 3rd grade history class and their 12th grade U.S. government classes instead of real books, real knowledge, real information.
People don't want to do that.
People don't want to know the truth.
You nerd.
Right. You're going to go to church. Look, even in church. Yeah.
Even when you want to learn and when you want knowledge. Like
you're weird. You're too smart. You're using big words. Like, why do we ridicule it? I love, actually, when people tell me, oh, you trying to talk smart to me. That sounds like a slave. Like, what the fuck are you, my overseer, master? Like, you getting smart with me? Yes, I'm getting smart with you because you were just dumb.
Yeah.
Like, you just had a dumb moment. So let me get a little bit smart. You know what I mean? Like, what are you, my dad? Like, are you telling me don't get smart with me? I am. I'm going to get smart.
Exactly.
Gotta do that.
Yeah. Y'all, surviving family. And I am so glad that I am able to be up here with my tribe.
Girl, my tribe.
Yes.
Period.
I love you so much. And I am so glad that we have
I love you too, girl.
That we have encountered, like, just all of it. Because, I mean, I had to bring you on for this, and this wasn't even supposed to be surviving family, surviving R. Kelly. So
for real?
I supposed to had some,
Oh, we gotta talk. Because I didn't know that,
girl. We definitely have to talk because I supposed to had 5-Star Nutrition up here with Jimmy. That's who she's a brand affiliate with, or whatever. They supposed to been up here today. However, I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on. I reached out to the people back December 13th, 19th or something told them December 7th would be the day that we record and all that.
Right,
stuff.
January 7th, right?
January 7th.
Yeah, but I mean, it'd be like that. Reach out again. Reach out again. You never know.
But it is okay.
Because it still turned out real good.
It turned out great, y'all. I mean, it just opened up a whole conversation. It just opened up a whole new platform for women who have survived their family. And men.
You will survive, and you can survive if you haven't yet. They do that on Ayanla.
Yeah.
They be talking about their childhood demons in Ayanla. That's why she said, you're still that 6-year-old boy.
Yeah.
You're still that 6-year-old, 13-year-old girl.
Yes,
you are.
Exactly. Why don't Ayanla see about getting an interview
R.
with
Kelly.
R. Kelly?
Ooh, that
or
would be
Oprah.
I would
or
love.
something like
No,
that.
not Oprah. Oprah is something.
You think she's something?
Girl, that's my new view. I'm going to tell you about Oprah, girl.
Okay.
Oprah is a trip. We're going to talk about that off the record. Off the record.
Let's talk about that. But
Off
yeah.
the record.
But yeah, so even Ayanla fits R. Kelly's life.
Yes, please.
Please. Talk to him and all that stuff or whatever. But anyway, y'all. So, y'all already know what time it is. Desire Dance tonight. Make sure y'all go out and check out Jess at 757 Dance Studio. Make sure, hopefully soon, because my website's supposed to be up.
Oh my God, T.
I've been trying to build it and all
But
that
that's
stuff.
popping.
Whatever. So, yes. TishaTheDiva.com will be up. It'll be merchandise and all that stuff up there. Maybe you can get you a little, this is for
my
ladies.
ladies.
Mug, or a little tumbler, a little drink with your little coffee. Some t-shirts.
I was just about to say that, a cute t-shirt.
So, yes, but also, again, stay tuned to a giveaway that I will be doing. I am going to go ahead and be giving away a planner. I'm probably going to go ahead and drop that. Or shit, it's pre-recorded, so it's probably already been dropped already.
Oh yes, bitch.
So yeah, but anyway, y'all, this is for my ladies. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, leave a review. Make sure y'all, if y'all have any comments, if y'all have anything that y'all would like to share, make sure you all email me, DM me, message me on Facebook or anything, y'all. So please reach out if y'all have anything, any comments, questions, concerns, or any. Your concerns, I guess your concerns are my concerns. So yeah. But anyway, y'all, this is for my ladies, and I'm out.